Good afternoon, friends. My topic is Education 4.0. Upskilling and reskilling the future ready workforce for Industry 4.0 and beyond. People are already calling it as Industry 5.0 now. I want to start with this quote. No Industry 4.0 without Education 4.0. My idea is to see to it that is my academic fraternity equipped with this big paradigm shift. Let me not tell what is Industry 4.0 here. People know about what is Industry 4.0. But what I want to tell is that fourth industrial revolution, it will be leading the intelligent information society and the digital transformation. There are 4 or 5 technologies which is going to take a bigger change. You know that IoT, it's a big data, cloud computing, social media, artificial intelligence, and of course it's mobility. Everything want to be done. Good that 5G is going to enable this 4G technology. India has already launched 5G. Thanks to the government of India for making this happen. We can see the revolution that is going to happen in the education sector after the launch of the 5G. So 5G network will actually take up around 280 times faster than LTE and 70 times faster than 4G. This is the speed what we expect from the as per YouTube. I want to look it from a fourth IT industry, from an IT perspective. If you see the first platform technologies where we had mainframes, mini computers, we had only thousands of apps and millions of users. Second platform went to network PCs, LANs, tens of thousands of apps and hundreds of millions of users. And third platform, what we call today, is cloud computing, mobility, big data, social and web, millions of users and billions of users. Today what we call it the fourth platform, it's about ambient technology. We have lot of IoT devices connected onto the internet and lot of sensors getting connected, smart city concepts, machine intelligence, mind-machine user interfaces. We will see billions of users and apps and sensors. Unfortunately, probably we don't even remember now how many apps I have stored on my mobile phone. This is the scenario what we have. Now, and what is the biggest part is that everything is converged on single platform today. It's all on my mobile device. We have cloud. If you see there on 10K to the mainframes, today we have 75 billion smart things that's getting connected. And all these are coming on converged on my single platform. So what could be the fourth industrial revolution and what could be the future society? If you see, these are the tipping points. This is as per one of the source what I've taken from. Tipping points expect to occur in next another 2-3 years. 10% of the people wearing clothes and reading glasses connected to the internet. 1 trillion sensors connected to the internet. The first robotic pharmacist in the US. The first 3D printed car is in production. The first transplant of 3D printed liver, it's already put in place. Driverless cars equaling 10% of all cars on US roads. 90% of the population using smartphones. Globally, more trips, journeys via car sharing than in private cars. Today, one of the largest company which does the operation of taxis doesn't own even a single taxi. That's what Uber is all about. Okay, the first city with more than 50,000 people and there's no traffic lights. This could be the scenario. So what I mean to tell about is what could be Education 4.0 requires new hybrid skill knowledge workers. We will need new hybrid knowledge skill workers who can operate in jobs that never needed to exist before. We will need farmers who know how to work with big data sets. Oncologists trained as robotists, biologists trained as electrical engineers. We don't need to prepare the workforce just once with few changes into the curriculum. As Industry 4.0 will mature, we will need to responsive workforce capable of adapting to the new processes, new models, new systems and new tools every few years. That will undoubtedly require a collaborative research and development effort between academia and industry, with university taking the lead to create pilot and evaluate digital learning tools and experiential curricula that can be effectively used in both the settings. So today everyone knows the current jobs are focused on my data scientists, cloud architects, system analysts, digital marketing strategists, mobile app developers, blockchain developers. But what I feel is that future job openings in the IT sector could be something very different. Once the internet scales up after the 5G revolution, where all my sensors get connected, the scenario is going to change. Probably the job portfolios could be like this: personal privacy advisors, smart building designers and technicians, cyber designers and robotic service technicians, remote healthcare engineers, weather control and genetic engineers, extinct species revivalists. This is one new coin that's word taken up after COVID impact. Okay, mind transfer specialist and many more. That's what is going to happen. Exemplary IT job postings will happen. What we call it as data archivist, data scientist, cloud architect. All this probably will become obsolete. We may have something on master of the edge computing, cyber city analyst. Once we have a smart city concept, cyber city analyst will be the another job portfolio. Chief trust officer. This is one job portfolio will get invented. Quantum machine learning is already taking place. We may see that quantum learning analyst will come. Personal data broker, personal memory curator, augmented journey builder, genetic diversity officer. These are the few job portfolios we see in our industry 4.0. So coming to the education 4.0, what we want to really see that can we have a creative fusion talents for future intelligent information society. I am very specifically using the word called as intelligent information society. I want to just go back to the history because I want to see what we are taking from our older education systems. That is education 1.0, education 2.0, education 3.0, and what we are taking from previous education scenarios to the education 4.0. Yes, golden period for India. The first world university was started from Nalanda. In fact, India carries a big history of innovation capabilities. We were the first to predict sunlight correctly. We invented zero. We invented Fibonacci series first. We invented binary systems. We were the first to do the first cataract surgery. Lot of innovating capabilities. We as Indians genetically carry innovative capabilities. This is what Nalanda University proved. And students in this first education 4.0, students would go to the Gurukuls and study with capable gurus. Highly personalized and holistic system of education, student-centric but not highly scalable. In fact, Nalanda University people used to tell that we had around 10,000 people, but we were not able to scale it up. Few had the opportunity to learn with the leading gurus. If I come back to the education 2.0, what we call it as a current schooling system, created at the birth of industrial revolution couple of years back, centuries back, unfortunately used to produce test makers. That's what we did. Not to create inventors, entrepreneurs, scientists, technologists, leaders, artists, sportsmen or musicians. It is very, very curriculum centric. Let us come back to education 3.0. This was born in the post-internet digital world, also called as digital first education. Today, digital learning platforms like edX, people know about Khan Academy, Coursera, students learn without the boundaries of a country, school or education abroad. Learn anywhere, anytime, from any place, independent of your location, at your own pace. This is what education 3.0 tells about. Content is always available at the least cost and the learner's convenience. Today I get hardly for 150 rupees an Udemy course on Excel. This is the impact that it is going to create. And in fact, it redefined the notion of what is a classroom. A classroom is just a device connected to the internet. See, completely we redefined the notion for the classroom. a highly scalable and content centric. This education 3.0, it's not curriculum centric, it's content centric. So in a pre-internet world, products and services are only physical. For example, library, books are organized methodically, communication by hit and run sent by postal services. In the post-internet world, my complete search engines replaced with the library. Emails and WhatsApp replaced my postal services. So, education 4.0, we look at like this. Old world, I divided the school into classroom and to the homework. New world, divided the school into digital mode and the physical mode. We consider this into the three parts in education 4.0, digital only, physical only, and digital and physical. Digital only, where we can create fairly sophisticated digital learning platforms with the help of devices and the technology like cloud, connectivity, and technologies such as AI. Digital learning platforms can do three things to personalize education to the scale: curriculum personalization, practice and assessment personalization, and content personalization. Now I want to tell you that how would I blend both digital and physical world. I want to give an example here. If I want to order a product online, what is the digital part here? Digital part is basically searching the product. If you are going on Amazon, searching the product, reading the reviews of the product, then adding into my cart, make the payment. This is one part of the digital. Physical is basically products getting delivered to your doorstep. If I take up another one example, it's booking a cab with on your Uber or Ola. It's like digital is choosing a destination, decide out your time, make payments, give the feedback through your app. Physical is basically arriving a cab at your doorstep. Now, if I take this analogy with respect to my education sector, if I want to create a digital ecosystem, the key principle is whatever can be done digitally should be done digitally, and only whatever needs to be done physically should be done physically, and the physical and digital worlds should be blended seamlessly to complement each other and not to compete each other. This is the change what we want to bring it out. So education 4.0, I am throwing out few questions to the public here. How will education evolve next? What will education 4.0 will look like? How will we combine the personalization of the education 1.0, comprehensiveness of this education 2.0, and the scalability and quality of the education 3.0? How would I really do this, all these things? How will it take advantage of digital and AI revolution that has been happening over the last few decades? Whether post-COVID we'll go back to the centuries old pre-digital education system, my Gurukul system, whether we'll go back because the personalization will happen there, where physical school education and the digital online education will continue to compete with each other, or we'll take this opportunity to create a new hybrid education system that blends both physical and digital construct of education into a seamless system as we have done in another sectors or other domains. So education 4.0 world, which was that divide the school into classroom, and this I told about this. So I want to come back here. Digital platform, three things. One is curriculum personalization, practice and assessment, and content personalization. Let us come back. What is curriculum personalization? Every child need not learn the same thing at the same pace. Many times we always call it as slow learners, medium learners, and fast learners. Today, in fact, IT world calls in a different terminology. They call it as low coders, medium coders, and high coders. Okay, every child on any given day is at a unique stage of her learning journey. State of learning is based on our cumulative activities and the outcomes on our cumulative practices and assessments. Using this, AI can suggest what the student is ready to learn next. So can easily carve out a unique and most effective learning path across all concepts in the subject. We will learn and master the same high level of mastery across all the concepts, but the pace and the journey they will take to get there can be very different. So next is practice and assessment personalization. ensures that each student is given a unique next problem based on our current state of learning and how we solved the previous problem. This is decided by my AI tool. Teacher, no need to worry about that. So efficiency and precision of practices can go up significantly if AI was allowed to generate the next best problem for each student in a dynamic and adaptive practice mode. So content personalization, this is the big game today in the edutech market. My edutech market on content personalization is today, edutech market is around $10 billion industry. So recommended the right content to each student by matching the learning style of the student with the teaching style of the content. Sequence of content with the AI model is learnt. In fact, today, if I want, my YouTube will predict what could be the best video for you. Based on my browsing pattern, it's going to. This is how we can predict what is the best learning path for the students, which you want to go and take up. So digital and physical, we call it a hybrid education. AI can group all the similar students. We used to do it medium learners, fast learners, slow learners. I think probably this all will be done by my AI tools. AI can group the similar students who have mastered the concept A, B and C and struggling with the concepts of P and Q are grouped together as a section. This is how my complete education system will go. These students can get notified and all gathered together in the physical room at school. My complete LMS will work in that way. Teacher is also notified about the section so that she can adjust her focus on these two concepts where the students are struggling. Calling as a daily adaptive sectioning per subject. Increase the relevance and focus of learning and teaching each section. So there is a bigger picture from a technology perspective. Today we always see that cloud-based intelligent personalized services. This is going to transform the content-centered digital textbook to the intelligent digital textbook platform. In fact, we know that IaaS is infrastructure as a service, PaaS is a platform as a service, software as a service. In the cloud perspective, probably the coming days could be education as a service on the cloud. Anyone come and take a piece of course, get it delivered to any time, whichever pace. He can personalize and create the learning path by himself. So conclusion, integrate the best of the physical and digital world naturally. Keep deep insights to teachers to make the most of their classroom's teaching hours. Teachers won't worry about giving homework or correcting the homeworks of the test. AI just need to know which students are struggling with which set of concepts and which adaptive sections has to taught which concepts. Peer-to-peer learning platform will happen. May call it learn to teach and teach learn to master a concept. So thank you. Let us all academic fraternity collaborate to change the way we deliver education services. Thank you so much.